Welcome to Soniscope Studios. I'm Tom Deckert. I'm here with Matthew Lagarde of the Colourflies, and we are here for the first listen of his upcoming album. Thank you for being here, Matt.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good Wayne's World intro there. I'm having so much fun.
I'm having so much
I'm
fun.
very comfortable. So we've got a
You
couple
don't
songs.
say 3, 2,
2. Why don't you say 2 or 1?
You just don't. Alright.
Alright, so you've been working on this album for 3 years since Been There, Seen It?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. So our label owner posted a post on Instagram that said, this album is going to be incredible. They've been working on it for 3 years, and it just depressed me. Because
I can imagine.
You
haven't been working on it for 3 years.
It's not true. It's not 3 years.
It's just been 3 years since you've put out the last one.
Right, so it feels like we're working.
You've only been working on it about a year.
Yeah, about a year and some months. Some change.
Yeah, that's a lot different than working on it for 3 years.
It's true.
So, I mean, there was definitely that full year where... Did you guys sell out, right? 500 copies of what was printed? And
we sold. We sold. And we did well. And now we're going to get on to that.
Ready for the next one.
Yeah.
So,
done, on to the next one.
Let's just go right ahead and hit play. And this first song was called Shake Me, correct?
It's called Shake Me.
So let's talk recording process. What studios have you been using? Who's been producing?
So we've been shuttling back and forth from Seattle, working with Ken from the Posies and REM and Big Star, and we're using that studio in Seattle, and we're doing some stuff at home.
What's the studio called? Or is it just his home studio?
It's not a home studio. It's like a weird bungalow.
It's a bungalow?
It's incredible. It doesn't have a name, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna find out that there is a name and he's butchered it.
I don't know.
It'll be a good day.
But yeah. So we've been doing that. We've been doing some stuff at home. Did some stuff in New York and Virginia. So flying.
What studios for there?
One was a studio that our friend has, named Matt Francis has. This is like a home studio thing for doing vocals and little flourishes and stuff. And one was just a really cool house in New York, old house.
So a lot of house studios and as well as mostly friend studios.
Mostly Seattle. Mostly
Seattle.
Ken producing and Seattle studio.
And you've been doing some things here in town.
I have, yeah. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing a lot of stuff here. As far as a lot of overdubs, we've been doing a lot.
Okay. So it's been like the bulk there and then all the flourishes here.
Mm-hmm. No, a lot of that.
Makes sense. So let's talk about your guys'
Some at
recording
Robert
process.
Lane's. As you know.
As I know.
What a wonderful experience.
That'll be a fun time for later.
What a wonderful experience that was.
It was. It was. We'll talk about that in a different video mostly. But,
Okay.
but for now, let's talk about your guys' recording habits. So is it just you load in, try to get as many songs as you can, or do you have like, we're going to do 2 songs here? And then...
We have very, very organized. Before we go into the studio, we're very organized as far as what we're going to do and how long we have to complete it. Usually we take a couple days. We allot ourselves a couple days to finish all the weeks.
And then how do you guys do it? Do you lay down the drums first, and then you lay down the bass, or do you mostly all in a room?
Mostly it's us in a room recording. Okay. And then after we get the basic tracks, we spend hours and hours and days on overdubs.
So like Shake Me. How long did Shake Me take?
Luckily, Shake Me came really quickly. It's not crazy with overdubs, which is nice, and it's
more straightforward.
More kind of, hey, time to rock, kind of sort of stuff like that. So it was a lot easier to do than probably something like that we have coming up later, like Medelia, which has a lot more going on.
And so let's talk about Shake Me a bit. So you've had this song for a couple of years, right?
I've had this one for a long time.
You just didn't make the cut on the last album, or did you write it after that?
I had it after that record. And what happened was, I was in Florida with our bass player at the time, and the day before, I have this terrible fear of getting in the ocean and swimming in large bodies of water because I was drowned as a child. And for whatever reason, I shook off my inhibitions and got in the Gulf of, like the vertical. It was warm and embracing. And then the next morning, I had my coffee and had taken a bubble bath. And I just...
That coat definitely says, I take bubble baths.
I do. And then I... Bath bombs. And then I sat down with an acoustic guitar and wrote it in 5 minutes.
Just came out.
All
that's what does that, right?
All the lyrics and everything just kind of... My experience summed up.
Seems cathartic.
It felt really good.
Right, and let's talk particularly about gear, because you mostly just use straps, right? That's your thing. Did you use that for this?
Yeah, I used probably the main strat. The main strat I used. No, maybe what did I use on this? I used probably my oldest strat on this one, and then I used.
Go ahead and pause it, and we'll skip to the next song in a minute.
And I used. I think I used some old Gibson that Ken had lying around.
Like a Les Paul or like a
It's like
SG?
a hollow body.
Like a 335-ish?
No. It's there's a picture. I'll show you a picture of it. But it's strange. It is a hollow body, but it's like I don't know how to explain it.
Huh.
It's strange. It's not like a 335 or anything like that. Or
interesting.
It's nothing like that. It's weird, but it sounded good, so we used it.
Did you use that for mostly leads or rhythms?
I think I ended up using that for the little lead thing that you hear in the chorus of that song, or the bridge part of that song, and then it just came.
Is your gear very much from song to song, or is just what's in the studio you just grab?
No, we in particular we do this at home as well as far as our home studio stuff. It's a process of like, okay, what guitar sounds good, what amp sounds good, okay. We have that sound.
And was this mainly your Yamaha, or did you switch to your Randall by now?
Actually, I used a very old Supro.
Oh, that's cool. Like a 60s? Or?
Yeah, just like a 60s Supro amp.
Jimmy Page as hell.
Oh, yeah. It's got a Jimmy Page bite.
That's cool.
But yeah, I used my combo Yamaha for a lot of what we did. Pretty much, probably 50% of the... I mean, for all the rhythms, I used that.
Okay.
And I think the first time we loaded into Ken's, I brought my Marshall. So it was a big, huge stack in the room with the...
Half stack
in the room with the... Yeah.
Pedals?
Just my normal setup. I use the normal setup I use for everything.
So, for those at home, it'd be like, what, the Way Huge plus...
Way Huge plus the Ibanez distortion, saturated and low input, gain, cranked. When I first loaded into the studio to do that, Ken was like, what the hell is this? And I showed it to him, and I was
you were like, this is rock and roll.
No, but, I mean, he's made amazing records, huge hit records, and it was amazing. He was like, that's a really good sound. Like, that's a killer rhythm sound. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds good, right? And so we just built on that. We were just, like, excited. Anything that he'd do, too, like, he would do things that were so exciting. He would get so excited about things that it was just like exciting to be there, because it's just like
the
kid in the
vibe
candy
makes
store.
So much
as
sense.
far as somebody, it's not somebody behind a desk being like, okay, the next guitar. It was like somebody like, oh, why don't you try that? And I have this really old telly. Why don't you go grab that out? Yeah, exactly. And he's just,
enthusiasm makes
he wants
any
to try
recording,
anything,
any recording better.
And he's like, oh, let me put tambourine on the song. And he ended up putting tambourine on 4 songs or something like that. I watched him from the control room, just in the room, playing tambourine.
That feels tedious.
And I mean, it got to the point of comfortability. I was
Can you do 15 minutes of tambourine, please?
It got to the point of comfortability where we were just like, I was just like, Ken, could you sing on this song? And he's like, yeah, I'll put down a harmony. And so we did,
So what songs, is this one of the ones that he did a harmony on?
Mm-hmm.
Are just any of these snippets one with that, or just...
No. He sang on a song called Tulips, which is very sparse. He also played piano on a song called Cow.
Wow.
Which that's like our baby a little bit, some of it.
Is that going to be the main single, or any of these the single, or are these just more of the B-sides you're willing to show for now?
These are potential singles.
Potential.
We're talking to our label about what's going to be.
That's cool. So these are contenders.
These are contenders. Well, some of them are. Like, you'll hear Crank. Shake Me is, yes.
Definitely. A catchier one.
It's the one that people tend to sing a lot towards me after we went on tour or something.
Makes sense.
But Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah, absolutely. What's the next song we got for you? And remember, use the mouse, not the...
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So this is a song called Horseradish.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna play.
It's gonna play. You're just not there yet.
Okay. Okay. So the story behind the song is Matey had that riff.
Okay. Matey would be the bass player for those
right.
of you who don't know him.
Bass player of the Colourflies. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. She had that riff, and I loved the riff so much, I connected with it instantly. So I started playing that little figure, and then it went nowhere. We were like, what are we gonna do with this song? And then it took months and months and months to finish what became the final arrangement of the song.
Did you guys have to arrange it in studio, or did you have it?
No, we had it arranged before we went into the studio, luckily.
Okay. So let's talk about the record itself.
Okay.
I know this one's going to come out on vinyl, correct?
Vinyl and CD.
Vinyl and CD. No tape?
No tape. Not this
no
time.
Cassettes. Not this round.
What a waste of time and money.
You sold cassettes last time, though, right?
No, yeah, we sold
couple.
I
think I have one somewhere.
We sold cassettes, but I mean, it's just.
Don't bother.
It's silly.
And there's going to be how many different kind of editions that you're aware of?
I know we're talking about doing these cool special edition ones where some are alternate, some alternate colors, some splatter. Different. The vinyl will have a different artwork than the CD will, which is really cool.
So basically, every one of them will be somewhat special.
Mm-hmm. And we'll be putting in Polaroids and stuff like that.
And it's going to be a 10-inch, 12-inch?
I'm sure. I know it's 36 minutes long.
So probably 10.
Probably 10, yeah.
That's cool. Do you know who you're going for?
No.
Fair enough.
I have no idea.
That is only a geek detail anyway.
It is.
If you're not on the marketing team, you don't need to know.
I don't. I know there'll be real PR behind our record.
That'll be good.
So that'll be something different.
And so, how are you planning on waiting until this whole thing is? Are you guys going to release online for things? What's your plan for that?
I think the album will come out in February, no matter what.
No matter what, February.
It's been
Do you have a date or just February?
I know we have to fly back to Virginia and do one more thing. So we have to sequence and arrange. Just comfortable studio to work at, vibe. We vibe there. And it's nice to walk out and go to the beach in the morning and spend the day at the beach and then come home and work. Nice. Probably one of my favorite experiences I've ever had.
About how many songs is the album going to be? And I know there's going to be differences between the vinyl and the CD.
About 15.
So about 15 for the
vinyl being probably 12.
Okay. And you have an idea of any kind of other merch that's going to be available as a package, or just you can buy a CD, you can buy a vinyl, or do you get if you buy the vinyl, you get a shirt type thing, you know?
We've been talking in the band about you buy the vinyl, you possibly get a digital
download
of the CD, because we want all the music to be available to people.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's the plan.
You said, so are all of the vinyls going to have the same tracks, or are some of them going to have alternative versions and others?
We've been recording so much that we have alternate versions of things. We have I don't know. There's alternate versions of things. There's shorter versions of things. There's alternate mixes of things. It's crazy. So there might be crazy iterations that we can try. That's going to be kind of coming later.
That'll be exciting to see.
Yeah.
So we're only going to play snippets of songs, so it looks like we're doing the whole one.
Yeah, it looks
like... You might as well let it go.
I might as well, yeah.
You don't get the last 5 seconds, so...
Right. I'm really proud of this song, so it's fine, but...
So let's talk about just kind of the geekier things. Strings and stuff like that.
Alright.
And go ahead, I think it was
Sean is saying no.
Don't be geeks. Fair enough.
Don't break the fourth wall.
Don't
Oh,
break
sorry.
the fourth wall.
But you can wrap it up.
Well, we didn't do all the.
We'll jump to them
Okay, we'll do it.
faster and more clinically.
All right.
It's because you were letting the one drone on behind you.
All right. This is Tinsley.
This is Tinsley.
Tinsley. This is a story about a girl from a book that I love. It's called an It Girl novel. It's based on the Gossip Girl series, and she is a mean preparatory academy student who is sleeping with teachers.
So you. This is you.
No.
This is your alter ego.
It's not about me. It's about somebody who's like me.
The Gilmore Girl.
The Gilmore Girl.
Yeah.
Just like me.
With bath bombs and
Right.
that jacket. Now you gotta take the
Take it
jacket
right
off. You know, you're self-conscious about the fur.
Right. Fur is murder. But yeah, the song draws parallels to my real life. People in my life. Take that as you may. And that's a very nice Beatles-esque tune.
A lot of harmonies, that kind of
A
thing.
lot of harmonies, a lot of John Mayer noodling.
Let's talk vocals, because I know you've said you've spent countless hours almost. So how many hours just of vocals for this track? 10 hours this track. That's insane. Impressive. So it's just layer upon layer upon layer, basically.
Pretty much. The
Sounds
only way
like
we
a
know.
slog.
That's the only way we know how to do it right.
Just over. Repetition, repetition.
We got to sing it right exactly every time, and
Now, how long is this?
it's
We can go ahead and go on to the next one if you like. but-
Let me skip to my favorite part.
Okay.
Close. When the horns come in.
Did Devin do the horns?
Devin did the trumpet, and Kevin from
What used to be
what used to
Skunkapus.
be what is Skunkapus? Did they break up?
He moved to Portland, I think.
Oh wait, Skunkapus and Ragtag Romantics did the high trombone.
At least I think he moved to Portland. I don't know. I'm not in the know as much as I used to be about things.
But yeah, I really like this tune. It's very pretty.
Nice. And then let's talk a bit about the last song.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Because this is the one that's like 8 minutes long.
Yeah,
right?
this is our long prog.
You
Frank
can
Zappa.
see the file. Everything is max.
Frank Zappa. Let's see. Let's take it from here. This is Crank for your viewing pleasure.
Let's talk about Crank. What came through when you were like, let's just go for it?
So we wanted a song at the end of sets where we could just totally decimate and it would leave a lasting impression. So we're like, oh, let's do a song that's 8 minutes long. And the funny thing about it is the song, this version of the song cuts out a verse. It was 10.5 minutes long.
Pretty long.
It's long. But then we're like, okay,
It's almost as long as an Overstand Stone.
Almost.
Almost.
And so we were like, okay, let's make it totally psychedelic and try to do as much as we can in the vein of things that we like, you know.
Right.
So it owes a huge debt to the Mavises, who are an Australian pop rock band from back in the day. It owes a huge debt to Oceania by the Smashing Pumpkins, Rush, of course, and just trying to synergize everything we were doing. You know?
Make this rockin' as you could.
We tried to make it as rockin' as we could. There's at least 5 guitar solos going on right here.
5 to 6, yeah. That would be a lot.
This one took. You don't even want to know.
I do actually. We're on camera. How long did it take?
This one took like.
Still not done. I still have to put 12 more guitars on
No,
it.
it's finished. It took. Probably took like about a week.
Took a week worth of recording.
Week worth of overdubs and
Damn.
including the recording of the rhythm.
Wow. That's crazy.
We were really meticulous when it came to recording.
Go ahead and stop it now. Let them enjoy it when they get to it.
Okay, because this is the part you know that
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
great.
yeah. This is.
Okay.
That's a good enough teaser, I think,
Right.
for them to.
But yeah, we were very meticulous when it came to recording, and we're very just tried to be time effective. But we weren't being very time effective because we were testing everything out to make sure it was the right choice for
Right.
particular passages of the song. We would never use the same guitar on each
track.
each
rhythm.
track.
That's insane.
So we would very, very, very carefully.
So when it comes to studios, which one has been your favorite to work at? Would it be the one in Virginia with the beach, or would it be the one in New York? Would it be the one in Seattle?
Seattle. I like
Seattle?
working with Ken a lot. And I think it really rallies us up as a group because we stay at a place together and bond, me, Matey, and Devin, and get in there and we all know we're focused on this one thing. And basically once they're done, their parts are done, except for maybe vocal overdubs and stuff like
But
that.
you're just there
But me-
forever.
I obviously I do a lot of
Makes sense.
just, stuff.
5
So
guitar solos.
Exactly.
For one section. That's
Ken
12
would never
seconds.
let me do 5 guitar solos. Never.
Don't blame him.
Never. When I'm left to my own devices, I always put more in. But
I
when
understand.
when it comes to him, he's very cut and what's the song
Keep it
need?
simple.
What that's a cool part. That works. That doesn't work. Throw that in the garbage. He's not shy about telling me when something doesn't work. So
Fair enough. So, just as a whole summary, basically, the album's going to come out in February. You're going to have multiple editions of vinyl. It's going to have the CD and possibly online release as well as
oh yeah.
potential digital downloads.
Spotify, everything digital. Google Play, hopefully, stuff like that.
All right.
And it'll be. We hope to be very, very poignant with where things are right now in life with the album, so it doesn't feel like it came out. You know what I mean? Just like,
doesn't feel outdated by
yeah.
then.
I just like hopefully it'll be
Still relevant.
it'll
to
be
yourself
relevant and it'll be something that represents us in the last year and a half or so.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, and
Absolutely.
been a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for the album to come out. I will probably be one of the ones that make you drunkenly sign another one.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because the CD I have where you're like, I
Oh,
don't
with
remember
my.
yeah, you don't even remember signing it
Oh,
half
great.
the time you see it. You're like,
Right.
what?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'll have the vinyl of that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the alternate.
That'll be cool.
So, another cool thing about the CD, just I know we're wrapping it up, but
It's okay.
I want to say it.
Might as well.
Sierra McGrath, Mark McGrath's cousin from Sugar Ray, is going to be on the cover of our CD.
You're getting sued for that.
No, I know her.
You just want to get sued.
No.
Every album you want Warner Brothers to hate you.
We're friends, and she
Oh, good.
suggested it.
Oh, that's nice.
So, amazing.
But not the vinyl?
The vinyl will be actually some artwork that my friend Sosie did in New York,
Oh, cool.
which she took pictures, and they are absolutely stunning.
Awesome. Well,
So,
cool,
yeah.
man. Well, thanks again for coming out. This has been a first look at the new Colourfly album here at Soniscope.
First listen.
First listen.